Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing very well and having a good week so far. We've been having some cold weather here in Cape Town, some snow this week, which is lovely. But yeah, so I just thought I'd pop on and chat with you guys a little bit. My videos have kind of slowed down over the last few weeks, but there was a reason for this. It wasn't part of the plan. But things happen and then you kind of work around it, don't you? So yeah, so where to begin? Okay, so I'm gonna try and make this story not too long. About 3 weeks ago we had a bit of a scare. To those who don't know, I'm pregnant. I'm in my 3rd trimester now. Baby is like what, plus minus 2 months away from being born. So yeah, we're quite, it's getting there. It's getting scary and exciting, and yeah, we're so excited. We just can't wait to see them and hold them and snuggle them for the first time. It's going to be the best feeling ever. But yeah, until then they can stay just where they are. I'm loving my pregnancy, so I hope it lasts as long as possible. I want them in there. It's so nice to feel the kicks and all that. But yeah, so now you know I'm pregnant. So back to my story. About 3 weeks ago we had a bit of a scare. I had a sharp pain in my stomach in the afternoon, just one like sharp pain, and that was it. And I thought, like, I said to my husband, oh, that felt a little bit funny, but you know, I didn't have any more, so I didn't think much of it. And like, we made pancakes and we watched a movie and we were just chilled. It was a Sunday, so we were just enjoying being in the house and spending time together, the 3 of us. And then about an hour, 45 minutes, an hour later, I noticed that there was some bleeding, and that's not a good sign if you're pregnant and that happens. It's not meant to happen. So we called in a bit of a panic, but we tried to stay as calm as we could. We called the doctor and we got through to the emergency on-call doctor, and they said to just go straight to the hospital and they'll meet us there. So we arrived at the hospital, and this is actually quite funny because this is still it's still like right in the middle of this whole Covid-19 situation. So we've been like trying to avoid going anywhere. We don't go anywhere. We literally get food delivered to the house. Anything for the baby that we need, we ordered it online months ago already and it got delivered to the house. So like, we don't go out unnecessarily. The only places that I actually do go is out for doctor's appointments, and then we wear masks and like all this stuff. So it was a little bit intimidating and a little bit scary to think about going to the hospital during this like crazy virus situation going on. Anyways, so we arrived at the hospital and it was very quiet, and we went in and we had to go straight to labour and delivery. And at the door they screened you, they tested your, they took your temperature and they asked you if you had any symptoms of COVID, and you had to fill out like this whole questionnaire thing. And obviously we didn't, because we've literally been in the house for like the last 7 or 8 weeks at that point. So we've just been not doing much. So anyways, they take you in, and the guide took us to the labour and delivery area of the hospital, and we had to stay like more than a meter away from him. Even in the elevator we had to stand towards the back, and he was pressing the buttons, and like he was standing towards the front, and everyone had masks on, and like every time you walk past the sanitizer, you would take some sanitizer and you would wipe your hands with it. And so it was kind of like a strange feeling walking into the hospital like that. But yeah, anyway, so We arrived at the little area where you kind of like check in. They do a couple of tests and stuff like that. The doctor came in, they did an ultrasound, and they realised that the baby is breech at that point. Baby was head down my entire pregnancy. Well, pretty much since they've been a bit bigger. And then so we were quite surprised to see that they flipped around, and my husband and I actually felt that was the Sunday, on Friday night, we actually felt like a lot of movement, and like they were very busy and very active, and there was like elbows here and feet there and like punches and kicks, and they've never been that busy before, so I thought like maybe they did turn, or maybe they were just busy, I don't know. We didn't really know anything because this is our first baby, so we were just like guessing. But yeah, so when we seen the baby was breech, the head was now up here by my ribs and the feet was down quite low. Then they realised what had happened, or what they suspect happened, is the babies, when they moved, now that they're like upside down, or well, the right way around, I guess, the wrong way for pregnancy but the right way for us, they started to kick the placenta, and that caused the bleeding. So that was kind of like, we couldn't believe that that could actually happen, and we had such an easy pregnancy, like the whole pregnancy, it's been no complications, nothing, like it was just like super easy, like I didn't have really bad anything, you know, I felt great the whole way through. So we were quite like surprised by this happening, and we didn't expect this to happen, but you know, you kind of try and make the most of a scary situation. I remember just lying in the hospital bed, and at that point they weren't like 100% sure what was going on yet, and they were doing all these tests, and I was like literally like shaking just because I was so scared. And I was like trying to like calm myself down, because I was like, I need to be calm for the baby, I need to be like in a good mental space, and I need to like be in a positive headspace for the baby. I've been trying to do this my entire pregnancy, trying to be healthy and trying to be not only physically and with what I eat, but also like mentally be healthy and be in a good space. And it's been difficult because like the whole Covid-19 thing, my gran passed away, there was a lot of other things that's happened, people not being very nice to us or to me, things like that, so it's like difficult to, it's been difficult to like keep that, but I've been like really trying to practice and trying to like just put everything that's negative out of my mind and positive like in. Like if it's negative, it stays at the door. If it's positive, then it's welcomed in. You know, that's what I try to do. So the whole time I was just like on the bed, and I was just like praying and like hoping that everything's okay and that the baby is okay and all this. But baby was fine. They were like not a care in the world. They were kicking and moving around when they were doing the ultrasound. The heartbeat was nice and strong. Everything was perfect with them. Like it was just this bleed that was a concern to the doctors, because obviously that's not meant to happen. So then they decided to keep me overnight to see what happens and like how things go, and then reassess the situation the next day. So this is kind of where the COVID-19 situation comes in as well, because like when you do have to stay in hospital, everyone has to have a test for the coronavirus. So they took me to my room. Luckily I had my own room with a private bathroom, so I didn't have to share with anyone. It was clean, it was spotless, it was really nice. And the lady came in with her corona kit to come and do the test, and like I was quite nervous about it, even though like I had no symptoms and we've literally not been outside or in contact with anyone. It was just like the feeling of having to take the test makes you just nervous. I don't know, like it just made me nervous. I knew I wasn't gonna have it, or I didn't have it, but like the feeling of having to do it like didn't feel very good. because yeah, you know, it's like, it's not a nice thing to think about. But anyways, so it was, the lady that took the test, she was so nice, and like she just did such a good job. It was a bit uncomfortable, not the best feeling in the world, but I made it through it, and it wasn't that bad. It was, honestly, it was fine. Anyways, did the test, and the results came back negative, thank goodness. So I didn't have it, and I don't have it now either, so that's great. And then the next day the doctor came in to see me again twice, and there was nurses taking your blood pressure, having the monitors on baby like 3 or 4 times a day, where they monitor them for like half an hour to an hour, checking their heart rates and stuff, and to see the movement and if everything looks okay. And then on that day I started saying to Kevin, like, it feels like I've got a lot of cramps and there's a lot of tightness in my belly, and it doesn't feel great. It wasn't like extremely sore or uncomfortable, it was just like a different sensation. And then it slowly kind of started building and building, and it was becoming more regular, and yeah, it was just like it became more uncomfortable as the day progressed. So then I told the nurse that I wasn't feeling that great, and like I've got these pains, it's like a tightening in my belly, and like it doesn't feel so good, and is that okay, is that normal, or like what am I experiencing here? And so then they realized that I was actually starting to have some contractions, which is the normal part when there is a bleed or something like that, especially to do with the placenta. Then your body kind of like starts thinking that it's time for the baby to come when it really isn't. So your body is like doing the right thing, it's just at the wrong time. Preparing for the baby and stuff like that. And the doctor came in and he seen me, and then he decided I need to stay another night, and then they also put me on that Monday. Sorry guys, heartburn. Oh dear. They put me on oh, it's bad. They put me on medication to stop the contractions, and I was on gosh, I was on so many medications. I don't take anything, like I've not taken any medication at all, so it was kind of like I didn't like the fact that I had to now take all these medications, but I knew it was necessary, so I did whatever was best for the baby. That's all that matters to me. So I had those medications that I had to take a few times a day. I had to get 2 injections for baby's lungs in case they did arrive early, so that the lungs would mature enough. I had to go into antibiotics, and they put me on a sleeping tablet as well. So all of these things, and I felt so droopy and so tired all the time, like from all of these different medications, because I'm not used to taking any of that kind of stuff. But anyway, so that was the Monday. Tuesday was the same. Every day you'd wait for the doctor to come in to hear, are we staying, are we going? No, you're staying. So, and then finally by the Wednesday morning, the doctor asked me, do you want to go home? And I said to him, if there's any possibility that I can go home, I would love to. And yeah, obviously he then sent me home, and I had to still be on the medication for 5 more days, and then yeah, just like check in with him to see if everything's still okay. And I had my follow-up appointment with him. This is now a few weeks later, so I had my follow-up appointment a week ago, and baby is back head down now. So yeah, that's good. Baby is measuring 2 weeks ahead, and they're looking great. They're so happy and healthy, and they're quite chubby. Yeah, we've seen their little face. It's the most adorable little thing ever. I'm so in love. But yeah, so everything with the baby is perfect now, and yeah, just if something like that happens again, we just need to call the doctor and say, okay, this has happened again, and then we'll see, we'll take it from there. But yeah, as of now, everything is fine. But yeah, to be in hospital with the whole COVID-19 thing going on was not the best. It wasn't the most fun, but I have to say I was quite impressed with like how the hospital and the staff and the doctors took care of themselves and took care of their patients throughout the whole stay that I was there. It was obviously scary to think that like there's people with the coronavirus just like in a different area, but they're there in the same place. But you know what? Everyone was being super safe and careful, and I think as long as you do that, then everything will be okay, you know. So yeah, that was my kind of like little story. That's why my videos were late. I've been taking it easy since I've been back home, not doing a whole ton. Husband has been doing everything. He's been amazing. He's been taking such good care of us. So yeah, we're very lucky and we're blessed that baby is still where they need to be, and it looks like they're comfortable and they will be staying there. So yeah, we'll probably meet them in a couple of months from now, give or take. We'll see when they decide to come. But yeah, we're super excited, and yeah, I'll do some more videos and start getting back on track here. But yeah, let us know if you guys have any questions. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and yeah, if you have any requests, let me know. I'm looking forward to our next video. Have a nice day, guys. See you soon. Bye.